Hey guys, let's talk about how you can go broke if you try to ignore government in business. Alright?
Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hey guys, welcome. You've just discovered the Eric McNeil Be Free Show, where it's all about being financially independent, responsible for self, enjoying life, and empowering others free. So today, we're going to talk about how you can go broke if you think you're going to ignore government and business. And I was motivated to do this based on a comment I had on one of my YouTube videos from long ago. And somebody was just, getting on to me about, working with government and as though, hey, you should be able to do everything without government. And so, I was trying to explain to him that, we already work with government in so many ways. And he was like, oh, well, you don't have to be doing all that. You're making excuses and that's just procedural, this, that, and the other. So today, I'm going to tell you a little story, because when I'm talking from experience, and a lot of people be talking from ideals and what they believe. But let me show you this first. Yeah. Yeah, so this is our little poster that I showed you the other day. Yeah, so we got some tripods, like these little tripods made, these little wooden tripods I had made, so I can put those out and showcase the posters in various places, so we'll put those in like public places. So yeah, and also I'm happy to announce that my backup power solution has been fixed. So the other day I made the video showing you that I wasn't happy with this inverter because the only thing it showed me was a smiley face, but it wasn't working. So now it's showing me, now this is the type of stuff I was expected to see, mains and charge. Now if I hit that button, it still have a smiley face. It still have a smiley face on it, but it has, other information that you would expect to see. So it has been repaired. So I'm happy. We got a new battery down here. So the owner actually, when I told him, it wasn't working properly, he just asked me to, if I could get one of my guys to fix it, because he was like, Eric, I don't even want to deal with people who, I've been dealing with this thing, because apparently he had a lot of problems with whoever installed it, so he already knew it was some issues, and he said he just went back and forth with him. They charged him a lot of money. So he's like, if you ask somebody who can come do it, then, have them come do it, and, I'll pay it. And so I called my guy, and he came and got it fixed. So I am happy. I got, battery backup for when my power goes off here, because it goes off like at least twice a week. Sunday, it's a guarantee it's going to go off all night on you on Sunday. It's like they just got it on a timer or something to cut it off. Yeah, so at any rate, we're going to talk a little bit today about the government and business. So a while back, I did a video about how not to go broke developing real estate in Ghana. And I'm going to put a link up here, or maybe up here, I don't know. But it'll be up here somewhere, and you can go back and take a look at that video. But in that video, I told you about a methodology called SWOT analysis that they use in that they teach you in business school. SWOT, SWOT, and that is an abbreviation for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? Is what that stands for. It's like an acronym or what have you. And those threats are things that just come out of the blue. Boom! And you know, you have no control over them. You know, it'd be government regulation or things like that. That, you know, you just, hey, going about business, business good, and then boom, you know, from left field, something just hits you. And that's those threats. And so, I want to tell you a story that hit me many years ago. One of these threats, you know, and these threats was government. So about 2001, I was living in North Atlanta, Norcross, Georgia, which is north of Atlanta. And I had a business designing computer networks called New Technology Network Services, and I had talked about it on previous videos here. But that was my business, and as the economy, you know, around 2001, the economy tanked from the dot-com bubble burst, and at that time, you know, a lot of my business came from a lot of these dot-com companies and stuff, you know, designing and managing, taking care of the networks. So when the dot-com bubble burst hit, you know, it drove business down, and, you know, I had to lay off people, but I was still operational, and I had a facility in Norcross, big office space. And what we did in that office space, we started, you know, we had like a lot of computers, training lab and things like this. So I said, hey, you know, let's do like a children's training academy where children would come, and we called it Computer Tots. And so after going through that for a while, I decided to extend it. I said, okay, let's take vehicles, large bus, and convert it into a computer lab, and then we can go around to various schools, you know, these schools, and we can do like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours or something. Once a week we go to the school, and the people who want to enroll their children with us, then they pay us, you know, a little money, and we'll come, and, you know, their children can enroll. So my first bus was like a 40-foot bus that I purchased, you know, and I'm going to show you this. I'll put the pictures up, but this was the first bus, and I'll show you these pictures as we go through, and I'll just talk and show you the pictures. But this was the first bus. I purchased it maybe on eBay. I found it on eBay, and it was in New York, maybe some 25,000 US dollars. So I had one of my employees to I flew him up to New York and told him to drive the bus back. And you know, it wasn't in very good shape, but, you know, it was decent. So when it came back, you know, I had to spend a lot of money renovating that bus. I had it completely stripped down and renovated, and you can see how it looked. You know, like when I got it, it was like this dark blue bus, and it looked, you know, it's pretty bad shape, but, you know, you could drive it. So I had to have it completely renovated, and you know, I wanted to turn it into a computer lab. A computer lab would seat like 10 children, as you can see from the photos. And, you know, you put we had a generator installed in it, and, you know, you plug the generator up, boom, power the bus up, and it was pretty neat, you know. And when I went into this, you know, this idea, you know, again, people would be thinking I'm crazy. They'd be like, you gonna do what? You know, this was 2001, 2002. So people like, you gonna do what, Eric? I said, yeah, we're gonna take these buses, and we're gonna renovate these buses into computer labs. And we're gonna take those computer labs around, and we're gonna offer, you know, because these schools, they didn't have no computer labs back then, and so to be able to take them a mobile computer lab that the children could spend time on, you know, maybe once a week, just an hour or two on. And yeah, so that's what we did, and this was the first one. And we called it CompuVersity. That was the name, you know, so you can see the logo here. This was the logo, CompuVersity. And it started out pretty good, so I said, okay, I'm gonna get another bus. The second bus wasn't quite as big as this bus, you know. It was a smaller bus, but we got that one, and I had that one renovated. And so, you know, we were into it, going well. Had some schools signing up. People were excited, you know. I had, you know, the drivers going out, and the person who drove the bus was also kind of the teacher, you know, for the children, doing the computers. And so we had two buses at this point. I had both of them renovated. And then by the time I got to the third bus, I was on my third bus. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a third bus. I got that bus, and it was out, you know, and I was waiting for it to have it renovated. And I can remember I was in the office one day, and I got a letter from the state. And the letter, and I kept that letter. I wish I could find it now, but boy, I kept that letter just to show me how bad things can get. Like the government can take you out of business. That letter, I opened that letter, and the letter was like, you know, dear Mr. McNeil, blah, blah, blah. This is a cease and desist, right? Cease and desist from going to the schools, you know, offering these classes. And, you know, they told me I had, like, you know, 30 days, else they were going to sue me. This is the state of Georgia, right? It's telling me they're going to sue me if I kept going and offering these classes to schools. And so I was like, what in the world? They gonna sue me? Because I'm offering classes, I'm taking buses to various schools and offering these classes. So I say, you know, this has to be a mistake. I say it has to be some kind. Maybe they think I'm over there selling drugs or doing something nefarious. You know, I'm just offering classes. I'm not selling it, you know, any drugs or nothing. So I was like, so this has to be a mistake. I said, let me arrange an appointment with these guys, and let me go over here and speak with them and see what's going on. So I did. Me and, you know, one of my guys, we arranged an appointment, and we went to have a meeting with these guys. And so, you know, they came in. It was like maybe 4 or 5 of them, typical government employees, you know. And, you know, so I tried to appeal to them. You know, it's like, you know, what we're doing is helping. You know, we're trying to offer some computer classes, and, you know, I showed them, hey, you know, this is what we got. Showed them the blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, we are aware of it. And they basically told me that, Mr. McNeil, if you can't offer this service to all the students, if they're not willing, you know, then you can't offer it to any of them. I said, wow. I said, but I can't offer it for free, you know. These parents pay for this service. You know, those who want their children to participate, they pay for this service, and that's the problem. That's the problem. It has to be all or none, period. It says, so if all of the parents do not agree to pay for the service, and if you can't offer it to all the children, then you can't offer it to any of them. It's like, wow. I said, so you guys have just basically told me you about to take me out of business. And that's essentially what it boiled down to. And at that time, I had already put in over $100,000 into this business. So, you know, purchasing the 3 buses, having 2 of them already renovated, the computer equipment, generate everything, So I was already in over $100,000 into this business. So I was like blown away, right? Like just like that, they're taking me out of business. And so what we tried to do was we tried to pivot, and I said, okay, let's just start going to private institutions and offering the service there, offering the classes there. And we did that for a while, but the problem with doing this is that there just wasn't enough private schools to do it. And when you were doing it with the public institutions, there was so many that you could have the driver, do a class at this school, and then they get in the bus and they go right around the corner to the next school. Boom, they get in the bus and they go right around, drive it around the corner. So the schools were so close together that you didn't have, these long drives. But when we tried to pivot into the private schools, then they were so far apart because there wasn't a lot. And so they were so far apart that you couldn't really be profitable with that model, so that one didn't last long. So even raising the prices a little bit, it wasn't profitable because the distance between those schools were just too great. So I end up having to basically, just shut that down, shut CompuVersity down, and let the person go that, I hired for that, and just, sell the buses and the computer equipment, and that was it. that was it, so it's just like, poof, just like that. Government officials just took me out of business. So, and I say that just to say that, a lot of times when I'm talking, people just think that, hey, I'm just having a conversation. But I'm speaking from experience on a lot of things that I do. So it's not about just talking to be talking. When, I know a lot of other people have these lofty goals and these ideals about how you shouldn't deal with government or how you should. And let me tell you something, maybe, it's a necessary evil, but you have to deal with the government. And if you don't, and you try to bypass it, you're going to be in trouble, right? And if you're trying to do something as large as we're talking about doing at Migrating Culture Crossing, there's no possible way that we can just bypass government. That's foolish to even think that. The government controls everything that we do. So we have to work within the confines of government if you want to be successful. You may not like everything that they do. We don't even like everything, but we understand what can happen if you just try to ignore them, So yeah, but that's my story about CompuVersity, man. I just kept that letter, and every now and then, boy, I used to read it to remind myself that, how bad things can get, boy, So you just say, hey, you think you're going to jump into business, you better remember that SWOT analysis, strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? Because those threats can come out from nowhere and just poof, mess you up. So all of those things, you have to consider when you're in business. There's just a lot of moving parts. That it's just not about how great your product is. It's not about, how much good you want to do. But there's some other variables that you have to consider, okay? And yeah, so I just thought I'd come on and share this story with you from my past. Yeah, how the government just took me out of business just like that, So yeah, so if you like what we're talking about, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, give me your feedback. Let me know your stories and your run-ins with similar situations. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead, visit our website, www.migratingculturecrossing.com. Take advantage of our half-price home promo if you haven't already done that, right? March is going to be ending pretty soon, and the half-price promo is gone forever. So, some of you, have been contacting me, hey, Eric, I want to go ahead and take advantage of this, and you still haven't gotten your payment in, haven't gotten your contract signed. So go ahead and do that, because it truly is a fantastic offer that we are making. Bar none, you won't find anybody else doing, half price. If you just have to pay everything up front, and you be willing to wait 3 years to have your home built. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Eric McNeil is free. And as always, hoorah, ahuru, now be free.